they were inspired by classical, no, not classical, vintage um, Filipino candies.
This is White
Yeah.
Rabbit. This is White Rabbit.
Yep, that's right. That's right, Rabbit. And this one is, I think it's kind of obvious. It's picnic. Yeah. And also, this one is, yeah, this is chocolate.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, given the stripes on the wrapper and the chunky piece of hair. So this is Miss Yaki. So she's doing that face when you eat a yaki, and there's our the yaki, the circle thingies, the gumballs, very sour gumballs. So yeah, with these, like I try to assume their personality based on the based on how I would perceive the candies, and I got this.
All right. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to our featured artist interview segment here at Brushpoint Academy. Our guest for tonight is a very colorful one. So he is a graduate of BFA Advertising from University of Santo Tomas. He's worked in Tropa Entertainment, Secret Six, Play Studios Asia, Disney Lorcana, and Humble Squid Creatives, to name a few of his endeavors. So without further ado, I introduce our guest, Christian Gumaya, or most commonly known as Chiguma. So everyone clap. I know you're muted, so I'm imagining you're clapping. So welcome to our guest. Hello. What can I call you? Chiguma, Christian.
Yeah, actually, thank you so much for this. You can call me just Chichi.
Chichi. Okay. So hello, Chichi. Welcome. And if I'm not mistaken, this is your first artist interview. Am I right?
Actually, yeah, my first live interview.
All right. We have the honor. All right. So let's get our feet wet. How did you start? When and how did you start making art?
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. It started from as early as I can remember. Like, I have this memory of my mom always watercoloring, and actually, that's where uh, that's what encouraged me to be creative. Also, sometimes I see her using the computer to do MS Paint stuff,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah. Aside from that, oh, along with that, she also encouraged me to do crafts, and that's something that made me that encouragement is something that made me want to excel in it. So yeah. Other than that, I have I have my sorry. Oh,
It's okay.
yeah, my aunt's boyfriend, who is now my uncle, was an arts major, so that helped big time for me to convince my family that arts is uh something worth parang pagkakitaan ganun.
Okay. So
To earn with, yeah.
okay. Um, you first saw your aunt's boyfriend doing art, and then from there you could see that it could be something you could profit from, right? Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Something that I could convince my family with that I can go to an art school. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to ask about your mom. I mean, don't get me wrong. Right? Let me set it up better. Let me word that up better. So it's pretty rare, like to be influenced by a mom in art, especially for us Asians and us Filipinos, right? So what does your mom do? Is she an artist or does she do art on the side?
Yeah, actually she's an for all I know she's an accountant. and she's doing arts. She's being creative as somewhat of a hobby, and I've always been inspired when I see her do creative stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Does your mom still watercolor nowadays?
Well, she had she's overseas now, and I see that she's still being creative in a lot in some things like her garden. Yeah, typical mom doing some creative hobbies.
Okay, okay. So usually, well, not usually. I don't want to say commonly. Okay, sometimes when Asian parents see that their kids are doing art, they don't really encourage them. So I can sort of get that your mom was encouraging of your artistic endeavor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So aside from your mom and your aunt's boyfriend, who else were your influences in art?
Oh, okay. Like serious influences up until now, yeah, right? Like
We
that.
can start with while you were growing up, and then as you got older, the more serious influences.
Thank you for these questions.
Sure.
See, I was growing up, I do remember that one of my starter influences in art was anime.
Oh,
Then, like, uh, knowing anime, knowing anime, it urged me to somehow make something of the same. So I was really invested somehow in digital art in however form I could uh, try and make it. Like before we didn't before 2008 tablets weren't actually normalized or used normally. So I make I make art using the mouse.
oh, he's
Yeah,
hardcore. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's somehow somewhat like the equivalent of the artists of now that use their fingers on the phones. That's so cool. But yeah, before I use the mouse and look for tutorials online, like uh, use the mouse in a sense that you're gonna use the mouse as a pen. You're gonna like the point.
Oh, the pen
Okay.
tool.
Yeah, the pencil. Yeah, so
Okay.
the pencil, and you click to make the to click
Are
to
these
you click.
vectors?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you click to make the lines and make the vector, parang ganun. Yeah. So yeah, actually it was actually my pride in high school being the only one who knew how to do who, who knew how to do that. So when I was at college, actually I was one of the people who were in our batch, uh, the one who sorry,
Okay. It's okay.
I was actually one of the people in our batch who was knowledgeable about digital art. However manual it may be, like using the mouse. Actually, if you know JC Dimayug,
Yeah, I do. I met them last Friday. Yeah.
yeah, uh, we were classmates, and I sort of partake some starter digital uh, art knowledge. I don't know if he still remembers it, but yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, I veered away from the question.
No, no, no.
But
This is all part of getting to know you. Since this is your first interview, so we want everyone to get the full image. So, yeah.
yeah, thank you. Oh, maybe moving on to college. Actually, really. It wasn't actually my goal to be an illustrator right after college. Uh, I was um, more invested in really advertising and graphic design. not until
Okay.
it came to OJT, and I got an OJT job from Assistasia, where they do anime related art for games and media. From there, I had let's say um, I was focused from that time on illustration when I had my OJT. So like, pause for a bit. Sorry,
It's okay.
getting kind of lost. It's like more than 10 years ago memory. Was it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Because it's around 20, 2014, 2013
Mm-hmm.
when when I had an OJT job. Hmm. After that, fast forward, I stopped. They absorbed me because I stopped college for 2 years with my now wife. Back in college, around 2016, I aimed to have a thesis that is that sounded really far fetched because to I wanted my subject to be Wicked, Wicked the musical, and
Mm.
it was my goal to uh, make make somehow a Disney pitch. So like Disney adaptation pitch with the subject Wicked.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, from zero knowledge, of the Disney or Western style, from there I started getting inspired, by people like artists like Glenn Keane. Well, with the research of my thesis, I also came to know artists like Alphonse Muha. The ones I'm mentioning right now are actually the ones very influential to I
Art Nouveau.
yeah I count as very influential for me. So yeah, there's Blanquin, there's Alphonse Muha, also Jin Kim from Tangle. Um, who else? Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention that one of my inspirations as well, while I was in my OGT, since we're doing a lot of anime or Japanese art related stuff, uh, I became really inspired by the works of the studio Gainax. Like I don't know all their animes, but one of the animes they did was Panty Stocking, Garter Belt, and Kill la Kill. If anyone is familiar, so yeah. Actually, those are most of my inspirations.
So I think that was a pretty well-rounded view of
Yeah.
your, I guess, artistic upbringing. And
Oh, I do need to mention
yeah.
if there's something in common with all those inspirations. I do notice that most of them share a dynamic like quality in their art. So somehow I really want it's that quality that draw draw is that a word? That
Yeah,
lured me into being inspired by them. Yeah,
dynamic in a way that the characters had great flow and movement.
yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. We'll touch up on that later on. Okay, very important. So right there, we heard about your influences, how your mom started you on that path. Actually, that's pretty nice. That's a nice story. Now let's move it forward a bit. So your aunt's boyfriend was the first time you saw that art could be profitable. But when did you first get the hunch that you could do art for a living?
I have a point perspective. So yeah, actually, yeah, that naturally being enrolled at a art school or being an art major, it was it was my goal. It wasn't a hunch, but it became my goal to land on a creative related job. But yeah,
Mm. I found it amusing because you started first in advertising, and because whenever I hang out in the server with Brushpoint, there are a bunch of people who are working in advertising right now who want to get out and work for art studios and game studios. So it's pretty interesting. Like there's a shift, and I'm kind of guessing because back then, uh, games and the game studios here in the Philippines, the game industry wasn't that rampant. Nowadays, we have a lot of studios hiring, and freelancing has opened up more to the world, especially because of the pandemic. So, I wanted to ask, are you more into the gaming industry or the animation industry? Like, where's
okay.
your interest more aligned with?
Yeah. Actually, um, I'm sort of right now. Wait a sec.
Sorry.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I just looking looking for my pointers.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We have our código.
Yeah, my código, yes. But yeah, naturally you'd think that I'm more of a people would assume that I'm more of an animation type of guy, but I've actually had more experience being involved in gaming studios rather than animation. But with that, I really hope sometime I get more or some animation gigs. Yeah,
Um, Currently, are you a freelancer or are you full time for someone for a studio?
yeah. I was what do you call that? An ex full time, now freelance again.
Okay, okay,
Looking for
all right,
work actually.
all right, all right. Uh, Based on your online portfolio, from what I can see, because maybe there's NDA and stuff. You specialize in character design. So my question is, what is it about designing characters that gets you buzzed up as compared to other fields like environment, creature, storyboarding?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
It's all good.
Actually, I ask myself as well. Uh, why am I so invested in characters?
Mhm.
But I realize, or I think that it may be because growing up, I've always been as a consumer, or I think as consumers, we or I, or maybe I'm speaking for myself, I'm more drawn. I'm always more drawn with with the characters. May it be any subject, may it be any form. maybe a show, maybe a painting or art. Yeah, I think that's because I think characters have the most. They tend to be mostly the subject. They tend to be mostly the flashiest in whatever subject most of most of the time. And like uh, yeah, maybe it's just me, but it's usually the characters that are usually hailed as the icons or iconic. Like, is isn't that kind of agreeable?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I don't think anyone would find like that disagreeable. I wanted
Uh,
to follow up on that. I'm gonna
yeah,
follow up on that. So
actually,
yeah, go on.
another input on it. Yeah, to be able to maneuver or design something that must be appealing and or markable or remarkable remarkable and marketable for the audience is fun and at the same time challenging. And at the same time challenging because you also need to have a good sense of common ground aesthetic in order to achieve something that's somehow widely appealing and marketable. So yeah, uh, yeah, about characters.
Okay. Now I'm gonna follow up on that. Um, from everything you said about that, have you had any project or have you been challenged to treat the environment as a character itself? Because in games, sometimes the map or the environment is treated as a character. It's evolving. It tells a story. You know, there's storytelling in the environment. Have you been challenged that way?
Actually, not not specifically in environments, yeah, but through various items
Oh,
like objects or food. I've had experience doing them. Uh, yeah. Can I share?
yes,
Is it okay to
please.
share?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So can you see? So yeah. For example, these characters actually
Oh,
they were inspired by classical, no, not classical, vintage um, Filipino candies.
this is White
Yeah.
Rabbit. This is White Rabbit.
Yep, that's right. That's right, Rabbit. And this one is, I think it's kind of obvious. It's picnic. Yeah. And also, this one is, yeah, this is chocolate.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, given the stripes on the wrapper and the chunky piece of hair. So this is Miss Yaki. So she's doing that face when you eat a yaki, and there's our the yaki, the circle thingies, the gumballs, the very sour gumballs. So yeah, with these I try to assume their personality based on the based on how I would perceive the candies, and I got this something make people always try to joke with the McMick powder as something like a cigarette some sort. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's holding a cigarette, and so since she's milk, and she's got to have milk.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. I gotta be
So,
careful because
yeah,
Ella, one of the mods here, she has a sniper on my forehead when I get too cheeky with my comments. So I get what you
yeah,
mean with the milk.
yeah. It's okay. So, basically, she's mommy.
She's mommy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Also, this one, very enjoyable because technically she's a rabbit. Yeah, I use her her reference inspiration and and her color scheme to make her. Yeah. Oh, her skirt. Usually the white rabbit candy. It's
Mhm.
kind of um. It's sort of a candy that's filled with. Oh, that's not filled. It's like a whole roll of thin paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what the skirt is supposed to be. So yeah, I think yeah.
Cool. All right. So that was the process of how you personify. No, personified is not really the exactly how you characterized some inanimate objects. It's pretty interesting. So I hope our audience got a lot of value out of that. It's a great challenge for everyone. You know.
For
Yeah.
what I know, I think it's been a challenge to most people. Uh, to most people I know, or yeah, right. I was lost.
No, no, it's all good. I know Ross Dross did that too, with like a hot dog. Yeah. So it's a great challenge altogether. But I guess the added spice to the challenge is you used Filipino candies. It's pretty personal to us. So that's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
and nostalgic.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. Like, oh, I remember the Aeonics. I interviewed Aeonics last month. Oh, okay. On the topic of challenge. Oh, this is gonna be off topic for a bit, you know. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, when did you start weightlifting?
Oh yeah, 20 2020 2022. Yeah.
Oh, fairly recent. Okay, okay. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
what
thank you to gym membership. I and yeah, thank you to gym membership. I get to be consistent at it for at least a year.
what drove you to enter the jungle, the metal jungle,
Yeah. Well, it
iron
was
jungle?
it was from a time that we were kind of well off, so it wouldn't hurt um to go for a membership and do it for my health. Well, aside from uh being being physically aimed for more physically aesthetic body type, but yeah, it's for my health.
Okay. Um, now, did you notice a change in your understanding of anatomy and how the limbs function after you weightlifted? Like you got a better appreciation for it, for the form. Were you more um, observant before? Because wait, I forgot to ask you. Do you weightlift for health? Are you physique? Are you into it for the physique, like physique competitions? Are you a power lifter? What kind of weight training do you do?
Yeah, actually, I wait. I wait if or actually I do workouts for both health and physique.
Physique. Okay.
And like since I don't have a gym membership anymore, I go only to what they call calisthenics, where you
Oh,
rely on your body weight
yeah.
to do the workout. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, that's great. I used to do calisthenics. So you're doing muscle ups now, like in.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I miss being able to do that. Now with that, um, with weightlifting comes like the understanding of the mechanics because you gotta know what happens when you curl or when you as opposed to when you stretch your arm for your triceps, right?
Yeah.
With that in mind, those nitty gritty things, did you notice a change in how you drew? Like, oh, okay, usually when you draw poses, when you're not really that versed in the biomechanics, sometimes the posing might be too fantastical. I know the Japanese can get pretty wild And if someone tries to pose that way, it's not comfortable. If you look at Spider-Man, how Todd McFarlane used to draw him, it's very expressive. But when someone does that in real life, I know Tobey Maguire. So a little geek stuff here, okay? So Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man couldn't do the poses in the comic because they weren't anatomically possible. But they helped sell the idea of Spider-Man, right? So with that knowledge of weightlifting, did you notice you changed how you posed your characters more?
Oh. Well, my wife and I pondered on this question, and she definitely disagrees. She
Oh,
definitely disagrees that uh, I learned something, well, at least with my form, with my form doing the weightlifts and stuff, since during my gym days I was a coach. I was coach, so I was sort of like a coach baby. Yeah, I was guided all throughout, like with spotting and everything. So yeah, but one thing that did change is through my through my gym days up until now is it helped me determine what I wanted, what I wanted work, what I wanted to target uh, on my physique. So it's like so it gave me a wider grasp or maybe an extended understanding what I should be targeting on my drawings as well. Does that make sense? Like
yes, it
for
does. Yeah.
example, I want it may sound too far fetched, but I've been wanting to build my upper torso to and shoulders to have the more V type of
Be tapered.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it, it made me knowledgeable that it's it has uh, those parts of the muscles would be would be good for sorry. Being knowledgeable about those parts of the muscles would contribute something for my uh for my muscle shape language when I draw. Yeah. Uh, those.
All right. All right. On the topic of body parts, in my little research, I saw that you start with the face, the hands, and the feet early on. You detail them early on.
Yeah.
You said
Oh,
that they're focal
yeah.
points. Yeah. What's up? Yes.
Sorry. Can I follow up something with regards to muscle? Because
Yes, please.
I want to share what helped me instead with illustrating muscles. Yeah. Actually, it's this. Oh, wait a second. It's always it's this program. This post tool. Um, it's, since I was asked like uh if it if the muscle if I learned muscle functions with when I started working out. It's more it, instead I think I learned it more uh over referencing in models, or in this case in 3D. Let me show a sample for a bit, like for here. I post this one. So um regularly Clip Studio and other programs have a built-in 3D model. But my only problem with them sometimes is what do you call that? The rigging. The rigging of the
Uh-huh.
model isn't exactly going the way I want. But then I saw this program. It's called what's this called again? It's called again 3D Post Tool. Um, it re- the body movements or the limbs for me are more natural. And aside from that, it's very helpful for me to reference over. Like I usually go to this app, turn on a comic filter. Uh, this is my shorthand right now, shorthand process right now. But is it okay to share midway?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
To share this midway, like yeah. Um. So currently, with the ability and the power of a clear mind, a clear sound mind, and a good sleep, and in my case, medication to focus. um, I sort of it makes me it makes it easy for me to see to visualize the form of the model uh, using this view, using the using this mode of the model. I think it was different from for different artists, but this is just my process. Like, hmm, how can I point? Is my pointer showing?
Yeah, it is. You can see
Yeah,
the mouse. I mean, the pointer.
yeah. Um. So I'm gonna speak more from my shorthand style right now, which unfortunately doesn't include much gesture, but some um stored knowledge, stored or visual knowledge. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna explain this while I do it, but it just
Okay.
somehow
Maybe it'll be easier for you to show us, and then as we're going, we'll free flow from it.
yeah. Well, maybe with the thinking of you can reduce any complicated form by looking at the basic shapes. With this mode of with this 3D mode or parang line mode, it helps me get visualize the forms more. So yeah, well, somehow I see the head clearly going like this, and um, what do you call this? And then it chooses over here. I can see that uh, it's upward and especially with these parts, the foreshortening parts. I don't know what's with this um, 3D model mode, but it really helps me. Maybe it's the lack of value and more of seeing the empty space within the lines that helps me determine the form. But yeah, somehow it's just somehow works. Yes. Yeah. And it says that The lines, the elbow should be here. So, yeah. Okay. Uh, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna pause for the hands.
Oh,
I'm,
hands.
I'm not in the hands mood.
Our worst enemy.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Cut you off earlier, but yeah, just a little just answering what helped me instead with understanding the muscles and stuff.
Oh, this is great. This is actually a great tie-in. Even though you cut me, it's still related to it. So this is a perfect segue, actually. So when you are in a hands and feet mode for work, when you do detail the hands and the feet and the face, I know you're gonna get the general form. You're gonna get the blocking in, right?
Yep.
Then you're gonna detail the hands, the feet, and the face. And I found that interesting because I myself was taught not fixate, because when I was younger, I would over fixate on the fingers. And then when I look at the time, it's been 3 hours, I'm still on the fingers. I haven't done the rest of the body. So I find that very interesting because he said that these are the focal points and you think that they're more crucial. I wanted to ask, when and how did you develop that part of your workflow?
Yeah. Actually, I got that one. I got that specifically from a tutorial from Grizz and Norm. Uh, I can actually look it up right now, but yeah, it says there that should I look it up?
Sure.
Grizz and
Like Riz, like he's got the Riz, like the high spell.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait
I
a
was just
second.
guessing.
Yeah, this one. It's this one. I'm sorry, just shared knowledge. So yeah, yeah, shit makes sense. Like yeah, gesture and structure can sometimes clash. It can be hard to find in a good balance. Drawing hands first can help. Uh, basically explains it. Because yeah, like once you figured drawing where to place, once you figured out where to place the hands, I guess let me demonstrate. For example, here, there's the hands and the feet. Somehow, it's kind of more easier to imagine how it can be connected like that. Oh my God, I'm trying to live. But yeah, yeah. Somehow, yeah. Actually, yeah. That's it. Because like I don't know what the brain does, but somehow um, since the hands are there, it's more easier to place in the other details, also without um, ruining the gesture, because you've already thought about the hands. Since it's a common problem, I guess that when you went went go head on with not the focal points yet, you struggle in the long run with making the focal points.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It
around when was this? Like when you developed it, or when you learned this actually?
was somewhat around maybe past 2016.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, during the time
Very
that I was immersed in trying to do the Disney style.
okay. And that's a great segue. That's a great segue. Now, when you mentioned Disney, a lot of the people here have been wanting me to ask you, and I've been holding it back. I've been blue balling them. So now I'm gonna give in. I want to ask, could you describe the grind you did to land a Disney Lorcana gig?
All right. Yeah. Let me get the artworks. It's
That's
this one. Yeah. Let me get my pointers first. I'm so sorry.
that's all good.
So
It's all
yeah.
right.
But yeah, yeah, first of all, I would like to thank my wife for my for the style that I have. For strictly and lovingly giving me quality assurance from the start. So yeah, I'm sorry, I had to mention it because like uh, the grind goes away long back when I was doing my thesis, which was which I mentioned was Wicked. Wait a second. I'm sorry. It's gonna be sort of a story time.
No, please go.
Yes, second. This is Wicked. And yeah, let me see. Right. Oh, there we have it. So yeah, story time back in 2015, 2016. I didn't know Disney style. I only know anime. And I wanted to pitch in. I wanted my thesis to be the Wicked the musical, but pitched in as Disney style. So me having a partner who is now my wife, uh, we've always worked hand in hand in college through a lot of plates, through a lot of things. So that goes to say that we've always helped with commenting on each other's work. So she's been my somewhat um my active QA during that time. Actually up until now. So yeah, I didn't know the Disney style back then, but thanks to this thesis, I struggled so much. This were the sketches. Where were the ugly ones? Oh my god, from 2015. So yeah, I had this very this first sketch. Then I was like, I need to draw Elphaba. She's the main character uh, in Wicked. I need to draw her in Disney style. So I went on with this. I went on with this. Then uh, my partner being my QA, she went on and like, this doesn't look like Disney at all. It looks like anime. Yeah, actually, this one, so I had to do a. I had to. I had to very um really understand the style. I had to do the research. She helped me with the research. Uh, she helped me with the research. Uh, helped me learn art books such as of Tangled. It was until then also that I actually started actively watching Disney material. I haven't told this actually to the public yet, actually, but I grew up not knowing really about Disney. It was only until my thesis I became invested in trying to make this thesis uh, quality worthy. So yeah, knowing the process of how Disney makes adaptations, I've learned I've learned from them that it was essential to always do research. That's what that's what my wife always tells me to do. So it led me to getting really in depth with with my subject, since my whole thesis was about um Wicked, which was set in which was originally written around the 1900s up until 1920. So actually, from there, from the idea that it came from the 1900s, led me to being inspired or taking in the content of Alphonse Muha. So, oh my God, so sorry. Yeah. Right. So it became a challenge for me to somehow, I need to embed the flow of Muha's work into my pitch, my thesis pitch, which is sorry, into my thesis pitch. And how do you say this in English? Um, can I for translation like cause parang sa awa ng Diyos sa dami-daming ulit and dami-daming paano ba to? Tik-tik diktik ng knowledge sa akin paano siya gumana. I somehow uh work into a favorable style. Uh, favorable style which led into um which led into this the finished work of my thesis, actually focusing only on the characters and not much on everything else.
Okay. So for the
Yeah,
future listeners who may or may not review this, for the foreigners, what Chichi just said was that dictate. We can translate that to a literal grind. So you literally grinded this over and over again,
yeah,
and by
yeah,
the grace of God, you got it. Okay, so
yeah,
repetition. There we go.
yeah, yeah. It's a grind and extreme and loving quality assurance.
Thanks to your
It
wife.
it led me here. It led me here. Actually, yeah. Uh, continuing with the grind, she also helped me with projects such as this Candy Gajinkas. Also, uh, this being said, with regards to the grind, I uploaded this. Um, my goal was to make a portfolio, hone my skill, make a portfolio, post it on my personal art page on Instagram. It led me here making piece art, the Skijinka, for example. Um, then then back in 2018, there was this thing called Mermaid. I wanted to participate. Like, oh no, how would that be? Like, one day a day, I'm gonna make artwork. I'm gonna make an artwork. Now, yeah, my wife encouraged me to do it. So yeah, we've got into Mermaid. This is where my works. I got to post these. Then I guess people were somehow somehow saying that wow, it's really somewhat Disney and Vista. Maybe with this grind also, It got me more familiarized with the style. This one. Sorry. Uh, am I scoring too fast?
No, no, no. That's right.
This one is my favorite. This one of my faves. Actually, this one too. This one also, actually, Mermaid Moana. This and this actually led me to with somewhat of attraction. It led me to be featured by the Mermaid event creator, which was Tom Bancroft. Yeah, he was. Wait a second. Yeah. I was featured by Tom Bancroft, and somehow it got my name, although a little, but it got my name in the know, and somehow made me as Chikuma that time, 2018. And moving forward, like 2020, 2021, I received a call. No, I received an email from the company Ravensburger, this one,
Uh-huh.
and reached out for me to make art for their Disney license game, card game, which is now Disney Lorcana. I was, they told me they really like my Encanto pieces. I made these. I posted this on Instagram, and I guess my portfolio on Instagram is what they've discovered, and they contacted me to make these these artworks for Lorcana. They asked me to do Tinkerbell and Captain
And
Hook. Yeah. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
let me just plot out this whole timeline, okay? So it started with your thesis back in 2016, am I right?
Yep.
And then Tom Bancroft featured you 2018, right?
Yes.
And then 2021, Ravensburger reached out to you.
Yeah, 2020, 2021. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope my math is right. That's why I'm an artist. So that's like more than 5 years, I'm pretty sure, of grinding. Okay. So
Yeah.
that didn't happen overnight. So there you have it. Um,
Yeah.
and from your thesis, you kept working, you kept posting. So like 2016 to 2018, it's like 2 years of just working on your stuff, honing it, and just posting online until you got featured, right? So it doesn't happen right away. And I think that's inspiring for Filipinos because for us Filipinos, not much of our artists are in that industry. So I just wanted the subscribers to see like how long it took. Like some people are impatient. I understand, like myself. And with that, I hope that's a very satisfying answer to the people asking about how she got the Disney Lorcan gig. So sorry for blue balling you, but I hope it's worth it. I hope it's satisfying. Right.
Yeah.
And with the blue
No,
ball release, let's go to our post nut clarity. So with that said, are there any dream projects that you're still aiming for? And what are they?
yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, being involved in the Lorcana was actually already a huge goal for me. So like maybe right now, currently the only dream I want of achieving is is being involved in projects that would consider or regard or would be based on my style. Like I need to be a project where somehow uh, a project where I get to be the lead of the style. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe any company, but yeah, hopefully a known one. But yeah,
What
something
medium?
that's
Yeah.
right,
Go on.
right. That's okay. That's okay. What was that?
I'm sorry. Try to cut you off. I was gonna ask like, what medium are you hoping for as a dream project? Like, is it
Every project,
animation?
maybe animation, the uh, just the lead and character design of a specific game, or yeah,
All right,
anywhere that's leading character designs.
all right. Okay, so more into the coastal clarity scene. So once again, to our audience, reminding you guys that we are going to be opening Q&A, but we still have a few questions. Now we're going to get into the deep dive where we get to be more intimate with our guests. So we're going to go even further, okay, through who you are, and you're going to be very perceived here. All right. So um, let's get existentialist. Um, do you play like, have you played God of War?
I've watched
You've
my
watched.
cousins play God of War.
Are
I
you familiar with? Yeah, are you familiar?
Yeah, I am a little a little.
Okay, with the plot. Okay,
Yeah.
so uh, before, so when he was still hell bent on killing all the Greek gods, that Kratos, we're gonna talk about that one. So once he killed all the gods, what's next for Kratos? You know, he had like an existentialist crisis because after his revenge is done. I wanna ask you, like, what do you think you'll do once you reach and finish working on your dream projects?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that was sort of kind of my answer. Like, I feel it really achieved it. Maybe I really achieved with Lurkana.
Mhm.
And I really just want, like, as I said, a dream. It may not happen or may happen, but I want that dream artist lead, a character design lead job, or honestly, truthfully speaking, after that, I just want to be financially stable for us.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a job that's enough to
Then retire.
live yeah, enough
Retire.
to live happily. Yeah. That's
Okay.
actually it's really just that.
No, no problem. Because I always, well, not always, but most of the time I ask people this because those artists we leave behind their art, and sometimes we on checking for something. We're always aiming for something. For me personally, if I can put my name in the end credits of any God of War game, I can die the next day. Like I can get run over. That's my life goal. But other people, they'd be like, no, the grind continues. Even though I made it to Magic the Gathering, for example, I just want to keep making art forever until I die. You know, it's art forever, baby. Um, for you, Disney Lorcana is pretty huge, right? And after that, everything seems to be a bonus as of this moment in this interview right here. And of course, you want to be financially stable. Who doesn't? We're in the Philippines. We're in a third world country. Yeah, it's pretty understandable. So let's talk about that the after, um after that high of Disney Lorcana. Are you still working on Disney Lorcana? Are you allowed to talk about this? Like
Yeah. NDA.
NDA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's leave it there. All right, enough said. So with that said, you know, you're already working on Disney Lorcana and other projects that may come along. You may not know it yet, but you'd be like, oh, I didn't know I wanted to work in this, right? In between those days, when the going gets rough, how do you keep faith in yourself as an artist when things don't pan out your way? Good talk for you.
Gets existential.
Got him.
uh, well, first of all, first of all, I need to check if my sleep is right and if my mental I have to check first with my mental state because everything just feels so impossible when that is down. Like I know for myself that if I have a good thinking brain with sleep, I can pretty much be, let's say, optimistic about going on um in life, mainly in money.
So as long as you get enough
Sorry
sleep.
for the funny answer, but in reality, it really just is.
Let's be real. We need
Well,
money.
yeah. Speaking for my age, I realize I'm already 30. It's there's nothing more assuring in life than being financially stable. Sorry, I went there, but yeah,
No, no, it's okay. No, it's okay to go to that place. Aeonics went pretty personal in his interview.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Every day can be a struggle. Every day can be a struggle. Like nothing's nothing's ever linear. But I tell myself that I can get up if I have a good thinking space and I have good sleep. And when the money is tough, like given that the money is tough, I tell myself that like usually I really panic when it gets when our when livelihood gets stressful and scarce in terms of financials. But the panic the panic is un, unsolvable when my mental state and when my mental state is not good. So when I'm at that point, uh, I'm sorry, I'm centering my struggle right now with um, with with earning for our livelihood because it's as an artist or as a living artist, personally, that's my biggest dilemma. Sorry, that's my biggest dilemma as an artist right now. Uh, uh, keeping us up. So like when I going back, whenever having uh, I'm experiencing that problem with panicking over keeping us up, I just need to tell myself to relax, uh, mentally put myself in a good place. I don't know, sleeping or making myself any means to make my brain quiet. Then once I get there, once I make my brain quiet, I can then think of solutions uh, for our problem, which is mostly keeping us up, which is livelihood, which is financial. Right?
no, no, no. Don't be sorry. It's okay. And you can only answer however you're comfortable answering.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So does this affect your art? Like, do you
Yes,
feel like less of? Okay.
very
Yeah.
much,
Okay.
so much. Um, with a paralyzed mind, it's also a paralyzed hand. Yeah. No matter how hard I try to draw, I can get stuck for like more than 5 hours on just one part. Maybe the hand, maybe the face, maybe the nose. Yeah, it does a lot. The state of mind for for the progress.
Yeah, and that's difficult because if you can't draw, if you're paralyzed from drawing, you can't earn, and you need money to make
Yeah,
art, but also money is affecting your art. So it's like a paradox. And to
yeah.
get
Thank
out
you.
of that loop, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
thank you so much for uh for mentioning that. Because yeah, because we're going back to, it all boils down to a clear mind for me.
It's very important. Yeah, and getting enough
Clear
sleep
mind.
because I don't want to romanticize freelancing because working in Disney for Disney Lorcana is a big thing, you know. But I don't want to romanticize that too, especially the younger artists who might think this is my chance to make a livelihood out of this. You know, there are also risks for that, and I'm very open to talk about that with people so that they can see what else happens behind the scenes of someone working freelance. You know, and that's great with the paralyzed mind comes a paralyzed hand, and you gotta work on the mind first, and the hand will follow. You know, and
Yeah,
that's pretty great. Yeah, and
yeah, because I really try to. I rely very much on my mind, because before I draw one, sorry for this kind of segue.
oh
Before
no,
I
go.
draw one simple thing, like I'm sure I can draw a hand very well when I can think of a hand very well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
right. All right, now let's see if I can draw a hand very well. I can imagine this one could go here, this one could go here, one could go here, that can go here. That uh, super bad, but yeah, I guess my somehow right now my mind is still intact, and I have to I have to thank you so much for this comfortable interview. I was so nerve wracked hours before because it
Now
was
we're
so,
all friends here. I'm
yeah,
glad you're comfy.
yeah.
I try to
Thank you
make
so
this a
much.
safe space for every artist I interview.
Yeah.
And with that, I think that's a great way to end the interview portion and segue into the Q&A segment. So once again, Chichi, everyone, thank you for that great interview. And that's a great ender for that interview. So
Thank
we
you
are
so
now
much for
open.
asking.
I'm sure, man. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, we'll be answering them. Um, do you wanna do like just a random demo, or do you have a demo prepared? Workflow
No,
you wanna share?
not really. I can just you can give me prompts, and I'll try to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, on the spot. Okay, so it's up to me. Um,
Yeah.
hmm. Would you draw a bongis? How would you my creature?
Woo!
He doesn't know what the Bungisngis is. Bungisngis is a legendary mythological creature. Legendary, yes, mythological creature. One-eyed cyclops. Sorry, cyclops. Sorry, one-eyed. So it's a cyclops with like tusks. So it has a permanent smile because of the tusks. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah, quick move. Like in your style. Um, I got nothing. Like if the audience has any prompts, you're free to enter it, but that's mine. Sorry, I'm the interviewer. It's my perk of asking.
okay. I need to. Yeah, like you can ask me questions.
All right. Oh yeah, and while you're sketching there, we'll be
Yeah.
throwing the questions. Okay. So we got one from Brushpoint. Whoever you're Brushpoint, just kidding. This is probably DJ Lumpia. I'm not sure if you're allowed to answer this. How much is it per card in Lorcana? Because usually there are standard rates in card illustrations like in Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, etc. Smiley
Yeah.
emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. Apologies. Apologies for apologies for yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Um, so, uh, range to be safe.
Range. I, I'm not sure as well if if I can share it. Yeah. I'm sorry. We weren't given uh given go, if we can.
Okay,
Sorry for
so
this.
sorry, JS. I'm gonna get blue balled for that one.
I can answer in private.
Okay, there you can just slide into his DMs. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Next questions. Keep them coming, guys. Oh, JSS, thanks. Oh, Ian Bugayong. Bugs asks, what's your favorite song from Wicked?
Oh, Wizard and I. Wizard and I. The Wizard and I. Actually, yeah, it's a very powerful song by Alphaba. I don't know if Defying Gravity was a favorite, but actually, yeah, The Wizard and I, if I'm to talk about it, is very somewhat energy energy pumping because it's full of hope. Like it's about the main character, Alphaba, Alphaba finally having a shot to meet the wizard, which somehow, spoiler alert, the wizard is a fraud. But yeah, it gives me so much energy because somehow it's kind of something I want to embody whenever I'm really dreamy about an opportunity.
Yeah, hope you're satisfied with that answer, Bugs. Oh, I think he has another question. English ng tambay ka lang sa Metal Pen. Oh, I think he's saying like, oh, just hang out with them in Metal Pen.
Yeah,
Oh,
cool. See, yeah, sure. When I have, if I can, it will be lovely again. Thank you.
oops. Oh, because I almost said Metal the Gathering because I've had a long day. I meant Magic the Gathering. Oh, that's his thing. My bad. Oh, Ella's asking, are you familiar with the Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons fandom? That's a mouthful right there.
Wait, what?
Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons fandom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that weird phase in Tumblr where Elsa X Jack Frost and was that it? Was that it?
I don't know.
That's it, right? Yeah,
Oh, I guess they're saying yes. Yeah,
yeah,
I got
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
that age.
that was a really cool and weird uh time. But yeah, it was familiar. And I'm all for what am I all for? I'm all for Jack Frost dressing up as Elsa. Yeah. I don't know. I think there had been one specific artwork of that. But yeah, that's a funny crossover.
That put a weird image in my head. I mean, I was there for Tumblr. I'm 26, but I didn't see that. So I'm gonna Google that right now. So all these whippersnappers here who may not know what Tumblr is. I think it's still up. You can just search Tumblr on Google. There's no E. So search that. Search that niche fandom they'll mention. If you're curious what that looks like. Jack Frost is any more questions? Keep them rolling. You can answer a few more. Just to cap the
Yeah,
night off.
if I can give an advice on following up with the quote unquote grind advice, sometimes it could cut you a lot of time if you on invest on digesting very much your subject or placing a lot of time in research, also digesting very much the research. Because um to be fair, I don't really draw actively back then 2018 to 2017 to 2022. I don't really actively draw since I don't actively really draw. But what I do is I usually observe. And when I observe, I try to really keep it and savor it in my mind. That way, and articulate it in my mind. And that way, when I try to draw it, when I try to draw it while understanding understanding what I want to draw very well, um, I get to draw it. I get to draw it satisfactory. It cuts me sometimes the time of doing doing practices. Not really. It's still need to practice, but sometimes the practices can be cut to a shorter time when you spend more on the research and understanding of what you want to achieve. Yeah, that's just an additional for the uh brand. It's also what made it possible for me to achieve the style that I am on right now. Because really, didn't I really didn't have the Disney style right until it was I needed to have it for my grades. Yeah,
Interesting. Because when
yeah,
people talk about mileage, they're trying to cram all of that. Like they, I won't say digest, but trying to take lots of bites out of things to get a lot of it inside. You know. But I think this is the first time I've heard someone say digest it, like really
yeah.
savor it. That's interesting. Oh, we got another question. Is there any particular reason why you work in Clip Studio Paint?
Oh yeah,
If I remember correctly, you work on an iPad, and most people usually use Procreate with it. So yeah, why? Why?
yeah. I actually tried Procreate once, but maybe it's really just to growing up with Clip Studio even before Procreate was created. It's I think it's just my comfortability with the program, which is why I stick to it up until now, even though I had iPad. I really was enthusiastic about Procreate though. Procreate for a long time though, since it looks so handy, but knowing that you can also do Clip Studio here, I I didn't really veer it away further. Yeah. Uh, I can name a lot of perks. Like currently, right now, I'm drawing. I'm drawing this. Sir Bungis. Sir Bungis he's actually all in vector. So yeah, I
Oh,
can actually when I wanna when I make an uh uh I made an slightly a mistake line over here, and I just want to move it up. I just move it up with my hotkeys.
wait. So you? Oh, those are vectors. Those aren't rasters.
Yeah, and
Oh,
if I wanna resize the lines of the head, thank you for asking this because I've been wondering how I can share this. I can resize the size of the head, the lines of the head. I can uh just select them and resize them.
Oh, so
Also,
cool.
uh, I just made this um what do you call that workflow where yeah I can sketch lines. Then if the lines are too sketchy and I want them more crisper, I can adjust their line weight over the settings. So yeah, that
Dang.
does it show? I'm gonna make another here, so it
Yeah, we can see it.
shows. Yeah, before it was this, then I can I can adjust it to be more crisper, for example, and adjust its line weight altogether. Let's make it more thinner. Let's say from 18, let's make it 10. It's thinner. It saves a lot of it's very handy uh if you're meticulous with lines. So yeah, I can also erase erase the overlapping. Sorry, erase only the overlapping like that. So it becomes more clear. Looks kind of clean. There we have it. Oh, does Luis have normal ears or does he have elf ears or something?
That's really up to you.
Okay.
Not much people have drawn the Bongis Miss. So it's
Ooh,
free reign. It's free reign here from here on out. You can give him big earlobes like a Buddha if you want. It's okay.
trying to quickly finish this piece of sketch. But yeah,
All right. Oh, I'm sorry if I was like super amused because I'm a caveman for Clip Studio Paint. I'm a Photoshop apologist. I haven't ventured out of different software yet. So I see some people were kind of surprised by that actually. So thank you for that. Oh, we got
it really it's very favorable for adjustable workflow. So yeah, I really recommend it. Wait, wait, Rogers. Yeah. Do you have
okay.
many more questions?
Reminder: we are not sponsored by Clip Studio Paint. We're not paid
Yeah.
to advertise it, so we're just promoting it because Chichi likes using it. CSP baka naman. So, all right. Next, we have
Okay.
Red. Red is asking, how long did you finish your thesis with all the research and style change you had to go through?
Oh yeah. Oh, given that just supposed to be finished in about a year. So it my actual wrong part in the thesis was since I was so invested in developing for the characters, I only got to polish the characters and everything else. I was supposed to be disqualified as best thesis due to due to be due to only having the characters well established. My backgrounds and everything were kind of rough, but thanks to my professor and also my jury, Sir Noel Flores, he he somehow gave me a pass because the research, at least for the for getting to the style, was what they say they like.
There you go, Red. Any more questions? We can entertain three more. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Wow. Oh, wait, what's this? DJ Limpia has the same experience with being best in pieces. Oh, yeah. One of the teachers here, DJ Lumpia, he got best in pieces as well from UP Dalaman.
Ooh,
Hey, MVP shout out there to all our Isko and Iskas. Fortunately, Ateneus. Oh, I don't want. Oh, sorry, I don't want to speak. All right. And as Chichi's continuing my portrait, keep
I'm
those
sorry.
questions flowing.
I'm giving him kawaii eyes.
That's all good. I mean, who says bonuses can't have kawaii eyes? No one's seen one in person. Oh, I'm interested to know, like, what's your typical routine like daily or like fine or working day?
Oh, thank you for that question. How do we go? Well, I'm gonna. I, don't- to be exact, like wake up 6 a.m. Whoa! Well, if it's a good day, wake up at 6 a.m. Uh, drink drink my drink my ADHD meds. Make my wife coffee. Make my wife coffee. Then work. Then she wakes up. Then she makes the food for our babies. Yeah, I work from, so let's say work from 6 o'clock to 8 hours after like three o'clock. It's flexi, so I I have breaks in between. Then 3 p.m. onwards is leisure time. We walk out. We try to walk outside. Um, then before 6 o'clock, go home. We go home. Then we prepare to go to sleep. Then by 8 p.m. supposedly Um, we're finished taking a shower, and we're preparing to sleep. Then only work comes in between those times if I need to extend. Yeah, like I need to if I need to work past our bedtime, I will. And if I need to work past my working schedule, I will still.